It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Detroit Pistons out in Detroit. And guys, for the Pistons, we're midway through the schedule, give or take. And by their standards, this would probably count as a down season so far. Just 7th in the Eastern Conference, a drop from where they were last year. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes 3 of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
It's Detroit Pistons NBA action. We're in the Motor City, where the Pistons are looking to take on a Western Conference opponent. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The Warriors are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
Now, hold up, Kevin. You've been around this league a while, and you know there are no gimmies when it comes to playing this game. Even though the schedule looks soft and looks like there are many winnable games, every team can take you out to lunch if you don't pay attention and respect your opponent.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. And it's Pachulia in at the pivot, manning the middle. And so it's Detroit with the ball after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry.
Sometimes with the amount of weapons that this team has, players have the tendency to defer. But Curry is at his best when he's aggressive and aggressive early. Took some time to realize that last season, but it clicked. He is still the engine that powers the offense.
Now here's Curry, following the miss by Griffin. Three-pointer. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jackson against Curry. Over Green. Again, Griffin missing.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
From deep. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Johnson. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Stolen by Thompson. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. 3-on-3. There's Jackson with the three. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
There's a screen. Durant kicks to Thompson. He used that pick to get in close. Thompson's got 5.
Oftentimes we think of Thompson as an outside shooter, but he has the size and the skill set to score inside as well.
Pick by Griffin. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Shoots over Curry. That shot by Griffin, no good. The Warriors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. The three. Another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Steve Kerr. David.
Kevin, I asked him what he thought the key factors would be coming into this game, and he said, well, our length and shot blocking should help. It gives offenses something to think about when they come inside. And that hesitation can be a game changer. We'll see if that holds true tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So their focus, guys, is going to be on defense right away.
And that's always a good philosophy. Don't let an opponent get settled. Try to take them out of their game early.
Well, you know what, guys? One of the things that stand out to me is how well their team communicates on defense. I mean, they function as a unit. That's why defense is a weapon for them.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And that one's good. Green.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, they allowed way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
Pistons trail by 11. Jackson passes to Kennard. Drummond with a screen on Thompson. Back to Jackson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jackson's got 5 now.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Green kicks to Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Jackson, hoping to put that miserable performance against Milwaukee behind him tonight. Buries the long-range jumper. Johnson's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Oh, man, and it's important to this team that Johnson connects on these perimeter attempts. He's remarkable at opening the floor for his guys.
Thompson outside. Latre. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
But see, I love Reggie Jackson, how he attacks players with his drive. He uses his size nicely. He's so athletic. I mean, he has one of the best Euro steps in the game and a nice tempo change to keep the D off guard.
And he makes the first. And with Jackson and his ability to attack the rim, that strength plays into another strength of his, which is pulling up short and getting a jumper or a floater on the fly.
Well, that tandem of talents make Jackson such a tough assignment on defense. He has the right mentality to consistently create chances. No real easy way to defend against him.
Jackson hits both of them.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
To the inside, and stolen by Drummond. Pass to Griffin. Back to Jackson. There's a good screen. Pass to Kennard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
You know, the Pistons have made some great trades to round out the roster. A lot of their rotation has come via trade. I mean, when you look at what Stan Van Gundy has done with this team.
And he knocks down the first one. And with this Pistons roster, Chris, Stan Van Gundy has done a great job of getting solid players for very little in return.
Well, you need depth like the Pistons have in order to compete. I mean, Detroit hasn't been scared to take a risk on a player, and it's paid off with them in the trades they've made so far.
And the Warriors making a change here. West is checked in, and so he makes both from the line. Warriors leading by 4. Curry dishes to Durant. Here's Pachulia. Offensive rebound. Durant, the pass to Pachulia. Good on the shot. Pachulia's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, that's the kind of basketball Durant wants to play. Moving the ball, finding the open man. I mean, it makes everything easier offensively.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Got a hand on it. Thompson outside. Over to the left wing. Beyond the arc. No good. Shot missing. And it's Detroit the other way. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that 3.
Yeah, it looks good when it's going in, but they definitely force him. Overall, pretty inaccurate from out there.
All going up court. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Oh, and fantastic vision. I mean, Thompson quickly locates the open man.
Griffin kicks to Drummond. It's rebounded by Golden State. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
How about the word lethargic? You can see it in their body language. From the opening tip, they just didn't have it.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And the Warriors moved Bogut to clear space last season. Many thought they would have trouble filling that center role. But you know what? Pachulia was signed and was the perfect fit for that team.
Kevin, my man's Zaza. I mean, he's a vet. He knew exactly what his role would be coming into the team. Still has a great skill set. Fantastic passer for a center. And he can keep possessions alive with his offensive rebound. Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen. Something they work on every day in practice.
Curry kicks to Durant. They set the pick. He dishes it to Iguodala. Rebound Andre Drummond.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And finished off by Lure.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
And so it's Golden State with it. They lead by 7. Curry kicks to Pachulia. Back to Curry. The tray. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Passes it to Kennard. Here's Lure. That one doesn't go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Golden State. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Warriors leading by 7. Livingston dishes to Young. Livingston with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. West a screen on Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Warriors lead by 9.
Oh, and a nice look by Livingston, keeping his eyes up, locates the man.
Smith kicks to Ennis. There's the pass to Lure. Here's Kennard. He feeds it to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And the anticipation of Drummond is just remarkable. Seeing a gaping hole in the D and sending a message with the forceful throwdown.
McGee a screen. West against Lure. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Chris, I know you started doing a podcast, Fearless or Insane, with Chris Webber. An opportunity to have some meaningful conversations. What's that been like?
It's been great, Kevin. I've gotten a chance to talk to some friends, some mentors like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've gotten to speak to him about what it was like playing for Wooden, what it was like coming up in the crazy 60s and that time. And, you know, he's such a thoughtful and a great individual. So to hear his stories about he and Muhammad Ali, he and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great figures is just wonderful. I also got to speak to track legends John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who in the 1968 Olympics, we've seen them kind of protest when they put their fist up in defiance and kind of put their voice out for the voiceless. And I got to talk to them about how tough of a moment that was. Did they know the sacrifice that they were making? What happened, the backlash to what happened? And then all these years later, do they feel kind of vindicated that we're showing them so much love and people around the world appreciate what they've done? So we try to just discuss fearless or insane. You know, they say insane is doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, where these guys put their lives on the line. Yes. And they kind of knew that it necessarily wouldn't change the arc of justice, but they felt that they had to do it. And so it's just some cool conversations with people and athletes that were much more than an athlete. And I've learned a lot, and it's been a cool podcast.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Here's Young, and the Warriors miss again. Pistons trail by 7. Now Smith. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kicks it to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
What an amazing display of concentration by Drummond, taking the hit like a champ and completing the bucket.
Warriors shooting it officially from the get-go. They're at 52% from the field. The dish to McGee. McGee is screen on Smith. Here's Livingston. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Warriors.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Here's Kennard. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Drummond with a screen on Young. And Lure kicks to Smith. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Livingston. Misses off the left iron. Pistons trail by 5. Lure inside, fended by West, and good that time. Lure's got his second basket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
McGee a screen. There's the pick. West passes to McGee. Second shot opportunity. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. Smith right side. This is to Lure. To the left wing. Here's Kennard. A beautiful reverse layup. Now just a 1-point Warrior lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
1:03 left in the first quarter of the game. Livingston kicks to Young. Inside, McGee. Right through the D for the layup. And the Warriors lead by 3. Now the Pistons with it. They're on a 14-6 run. The feed to Lure. Here's Ennis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Detroit, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Free throw drops for Ennis. And Stan Van Gundy, known for being one of the more demanding coaches when it comes to defense. He doesn't care who you are. If you're not giving it your all on the defensive end, you're going to find yourself on the bench.
Well, he's clear with what he wants and what he expects, and, you know, when you step on the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Andre Drummond, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Kennard. Here's Young. The shot's good on the assist by West. Young's got his first 2 points of the night. Pistons trail by 4. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Livingston. Young with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Lure dishes to Smith. Lays it up off the glass.
The cleverness of Smith showing itself once again. Terrific at getting into the heart of the D and then cashing in.
McGee with no one around. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated.
Comes from me being 8 years old and me just saying I want to be the best player. You know, first off, at 8 years old, you want to be the best player in your neighborhood, and that's where it comes from. Just always want to be the best, and no matter where I'm playing at. And if I keep working each and every year, I've gotten better. You know, if I continue to just keep working, I've seen improvements.
Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, that first NBA championship.
Right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism, and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets corrected.
Anthony Tolliver out there with John Lure. Then it's Ennis, and it's Smith, and it's Galloway in at the shooting guard position. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. So it's the Pistons now, following the miss by Draymond Green. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Galloway.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Livingston, and the rejection by Smith. And they're able to recover. And yes, it's good. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And, well, Detroit shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Feeds it to Tolliver. He kicks it to Ennis. In the corner, it's Galloway. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. Galloway's got 5.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Iguodala kicks to Green. Pass to McGee. Green, the screen. Young for 3. And it's Lure with the rebound. Lure's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's stolen by Green. Now here's Iguodala. D right on him. And that one, good. Iguodala's got his first 2 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pistons trail by 3. Here's Galloway. He's got 5. Pass to Tolliver. To the paint. And Lure gets it to go. Lure's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
And the wide open shot from Green. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Smith the pass to Tolliver. Over Green. Again, the Pistons score.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Iguodala outside. Over in the corner, Livingston. Screen by Young. Pocket 6. And a wide open look for Iguodala. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
Oh, you had to close out hard on Iguodala. He's made himself a true threat from beyond the arc. Well, you know, some people say Andre Iguodala is on the decline as an offensive option, but his impact on the floor is still clear as day. He keeps the ball moving with his great spacing. He keeps that tempo and that pace, and he's still a strong finisher because he only takes high percentage shots that he's comfortable with.
Here's Galloway, and another 3 for Detroit.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Livingston kicks to Green. Down low, dives for it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And with Iguodala, he isn't going to be a double-digit scorer again, it seems, the former All-Star. But you know what, Chris? He is still incredibly valuable, so productive just with his floor presence.
Iguodala is a perfect example, Kevin, of a guy who can change the game without even putting up a lot of stats. The defense that he brings to the table, that isn't slowing down either.
Now here's Jackson. He has 7. Kicks it out to Johnson. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
Offensive rebound. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
But guys, the defense knows he has this ability, correct? Yet no one thinks to put a body on him? Incredible.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. Well, Chris, we know that there are a lot of trash talkers out there in the NBA. Did you ever talk a lot of trash on the floor or do anything else to try and get an opponent's attention away from the game, get in an opponent's head?
I used to love talking, man. It kept you focused. If you talk, it means you have to back it up the next play. You can also get in the player's head, get them thinking about themselves individually. And if I get you thinking about yourself, I've already won because now you're not thinking about the team. But I tell you what, some of the best trash talkers I've ever played against, Larry Bird, Gary Payton, Rick Mahorn. Those guys talk the best trash ever, and I definitely can't repeat anything any of those guys said. But it's all out of love. It's all out of fun. And I don't remember, very honestly, anything anyone has ever said to me because it was all so outlandish, so crazy, so funny that you just let it go after the game.
That's good. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Galloway dishes to Johnson. And he overshot that one, missing. Warriors leading by 3. Curry outside. Another miss by Curry. Jackson down low. Curry meets him. Galloway, no good. Golden State's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
He dishes it to Jackson. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Jackson's got 9.
The catch and shoot, Jay, is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
And here's Pachulia, who's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, even when you get a hand up, it's hard to really affect his shot.
Now here's Jackson. They trail by 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
I mean, he's built like a truck. Draymond easily able to finish through contact now with the chance to put the cherry on top.
As competitive a guy as Draymond Green is, sometimes he can get in his own way. There's no doubt about that. Not entirely his fault, but calls don't seem to fall in his favor a lot because he is so physical, and perhaps, Chris, because of his reputation. We don't even need to go into his natural shooting motion.
Yeah, you mean with the leg? But with Draymond, that just comes with the territory. He presses buttons of refs and opposing players, and sometimes with the fans. I mean, yeah, he'll lose out on calls, but at the end of the day, he's a guy that everybody in the league hates, but would want on their team.
Now here's Griffin. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
Curry kicks to Durant. There's a screen. Here's Thompson, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Oh, and the defensive chops of Drummond really helping this team. He really cleans house with his shot block.
Here's Griffin. Drummond passes to Griffin. Over Green. Again, Griffin missing.
His head doesn't look in the game right now. He can't seem to connect on any shot he takes out there.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And I think I only counted 4 total steps for Durant to go from one end of the floor to the other. I mean, he's just incredible in the open floor. He got pretty much a free run to the hoop right there. They might just count those as automatic points.
Curry kicks to Durant. Passes it to Thompson. A baseline J. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Thompson's got 10.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
Johnson with it. Guarded now by Durant. Drummond a screen. Thompson against Jackson. Green with the block.
Like a Jaguar looking for his next meal. Draymond pouncing on the attempted shot.
And Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Thompson. 10 points for him. It's Curry outside.
Oh, man. Jackson is just a pesky defender. Does a phenomenal job at getting a hand up in the face of shooters. He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going. Now, that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
Here's Curry. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Outside, Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Johnson with it. Guarded now by Durant. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Another shot. Kicks it out to Johnson. Outside, Griffin. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
The Warriors making a switch here. West is checked in. Thompson dishes to Green. Back to Thompson. Green, the screen. Here's Curry with the 3. The shot missing. And Detroit the other way now.
Oh, he was absolutely lethal from the arc in the first quarter, but now he has cooled off significantly in the second.
Griffin kicks to Johnson. Outside for Griffin. And a miss there on the triple.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
And the Warriors miss again. Pistons trail by 7. The 11-footer, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Kennard's got 8 points. Curry against Jackson. West. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Jackson passes to Griffin. Outside Jackson. Looking to get it going. And Griffin puts it in. And now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Well, and you hear about the Warriors having, an unfair amount of talent. There's a little bit of truth to that. This roster stacked when you look at 2 MVPs that are the heart and soul of guys like Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. When you look at a sharpshooter like a Thompson, of course, those guys can play. But still, 4 All-Stars on the team has happened plenty of times in the past, but I would beg to differ that is, misleading, because I don't know if the 4 players were individually as good as some of the guys on this team.
Now here is Smith after the miss from Klay Thompson. And there's the pass to Kennard. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Thompson. Warriors leading by 3. Chris, other teams with 4 All-Stars that you referred to, the Pistons in the mid-2000s and even more recently the 2014 Atlanta Hawks. Still, the Warriors, 4 All-Stars, hard to match.
Yeah, and part of it is that for the Warriors, the 4 for the Warriors are all NBA-level talents. We're used to seeing 2, 3 megastars on the team, but 4 legit all NBA-level players, that's rare, even from a historical perspective.
Here's Iguodala after the basket by Detroit. It's West with the drive, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists tonight. Here's Kennard. He's got 8. Screen by Smith. To the wing right side. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Detroit shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And it's tied up with that one. Livingston. That one misses. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
You just got to take advantage of mismatches. Most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
Detroit's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. And it's Pachulia in at the 5 spot. Here's Thompson. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And 12 points for Klay Thompson.
End-to-end, Thompson is very difficult to match up with defensively. I mean, if you don't do it, that's the outcome.
Yep, that one goes. 13 points for Steph Curry.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Jackson, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Golden State gets called for the foul.
Oh, and Jackson is not just a terrific shooter, but a fantastic defender as well, using his great speed on both ends.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Jackson. Well, last season for Reggie Jackson, he just couldn't get back to full strength. Missed a lot of time, Greg, as you know, with that injury to start the year. And even when he returned, his legs wouldn't cooperate and give him his usual burst and acceleration.
Yeah, and you can see it in Jackson's performance and really the numbers. Steep drop in production from what he had been putting up and very dependent on his burst. So hopefully he can avoid any leg troubles moving forward.
The Warriors leading. Curry kicks to Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Here's Griffin, back to Jackson for the lead. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Jackson's got the lead up to 1 now for the Pistons. Thompson outside. Pachulia sets a screen for Thompson. Here's Curry. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Last season, a big one for Curry in the record book department. I mean, continued his march up the all-time 3-made list. I mean, this is just incredible. When you also set the record for most threes in a game with 13, it was 12. The record he shared with Kobe and Daniel Marshall.
The free throw drops for Curry. And with Curry hitting 13 threes in a game to set the record, honestly, you just knew it would be a matter of time, C-Webb. He had flirted with that record so many times before.
Yeah, and one reason why he didn't get it is because usually in those games when he makes that many threes, he's sitting in the 4th quarter because his team is blowing another team out. I mean, it happened in the game after Curry went 0 for 10 from the 3-point line in a loss. You gotta love Curry's heart. Payback.
And Chris, the Sacramento teams you were on were so good at passing at every position. Just what is needed to build a kind of offense that does pass the ball like that, that's as fluid as that?
Well, 2 things. You have to have the offensive system, and then I think you have to have players with the skill set. You know, you can't really be a good passer if you're not a good scorer, because everybody's just going to stay back off of you and deny their man. But when you're a pretty good scorer, everyone has to watch you just as much as they watch their man, because you're just as much of a threat with the ball as you are passing. So I would say there we had guys that really could move the ball, that really could shoot the ball, so they were a threat. And all they had to do was be kind of a decoy. Pump fake, attack the basket, draw another guy, and then pass it to a guy that's willing to shoot. Unselfishness is a big trait, too, that you have to have. Guys that like seeing their teammates score, guys that enjoy seeing their other players get involved into the game. That's really important.
Wow, what a great breakdown. And it's Green missing. Detroit's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Johnson, a wide open look, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green dishes to Thompson. Three-pointer, and there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Thompson. And that's now 18 points for Steph Curry.
Can you say unconscious tonight? I mean, Steph has been focused from the giddy-up.
On the wing, Johnson. Outside, Griffin. He feeds it to Jackson. A three ball. Tries to keep it alive. Kennard's shot is off. Here's Green. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Now here's Jackson. 16 points for him. Johnson with it. Guarded now by Durant. Here's Griffin, and the layup falls. Griffin's got 6 points in the quarter.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Now Jackson after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Here's Kennard. The shot, no good. Nice D from Durant. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Golden State moving it around. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
Free throw drops for Green. And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Greg has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Use it as a challenge, almost an insult, if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 16. Griffin inside. Pachulia covering. And he comes up with the deuce. And 12 points for Blake Griffin.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Curry kicks to Durant. Inside. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Curry against Jackson. Kicks it to Tolliver. Right side, Griffin. Just 5 to shoot. Galloway. The Warriors pull it in. Curry's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Now the dish to Durant. And the 3 off target. Pistons trail by 4. Oh, Griffin in position. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for Detroit.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
Jackson passes to Griffin. He gets that one. Griffin's got 10 points in the quarter.
Oh, he has been dominant on offense. Who knows where they'd be in this game without his efforts?
Curry kicks to Durant. There's a screen. Thompson dishes to Durant. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Oh, nice slam right there from Durant to finish off the play. He's just really good at converting those plays strong.
Griffin a screen on Curry. Jackson against Curry. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Galloway kicks to Tolliver. From the arc. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Thompson. And now it's a 10-point Warrior lead. Now a timeout called by Detroit. One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is, Greg, when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. John Lure comes in for Stanley Johnson, and it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. Different look here for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. West comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Warriors leading by 10. Iguodala outside. West passes to McGee. Durant in the corner. West dishes to Iguodala. Durant with it. Tolliver on him. Durant, no good. For Detroit, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Stolen by Durant and out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. The Warriors, number 1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
Picked by Griffin. Dishes to Galloway. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Galloway's got 11 points.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
They set the pick. Durant kicks to Iguodala. To the inside. It's tipped. Lure with it. He's got 9. Tolliver for 3. Another 3 for Detroit. Warriors leading by 4. West outside. Over in the corner, Livingston. Griffin with the steal. Tolliver the pass to Smith. Griffin against West. Griffin can't get it to go in.
Well, his stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to it.
Now Livingston. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And there's the feed to Durant. Shot clock at 5. Unloads. And the shot no good, a bit short. Pistons trail by 4. Here's Galloway, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Langston Galloway, the undrafted guard out of St. Joseph's. Now, look, he flew under the radar on draft day, but has proven that he could be a rotation player in the NBA. Just a natural scorer at the point guard position.
And with Galloway, he can run an offense, but his main draw is his shooting and his ability, Chris, to create scoring chances. Very hard to contain at times.
And you like having that scoring punch he brings off the bench. Decent shooter from deep who can stretch a defense. Not really an efficient scorer, but he looks to act as a catalyst.
First one falls for him. Nick Young's checked in for Durant. Galloway hits both of them. And one thing this Pistons team has done well the last few years is control the glass. Helps when you have a star like Drummond. But everyone on this team does rebound and box out.
Well, they have to. This team hasn't had really good shooters in a while, so it's so important to this team because this is what they're trying to do. They stumble a lot on the offensive end, and so how do you help offense? How do you hide those ugly numbers? You hit the boards.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
They set the pick. Pick by Griffin. Feeds to Galloway. To the inside. Stolen by McGee.
With 4 turnovers, I won't be surprised if he finds himself on the bench very soon.
Young outside. And then Young with the dunk.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Out to Smith. Lure up top. 6 to shoot. Here's Griffin, and the layup's good off the glass. Griffin's got 12 points in just the second half.
What a total 180-degree turn here. He wasn't making anything in the first half, but he looks like a totally different player now in the second half.
And the Pistons making a change here. Ennis is checked in. And here's Livingston. He kicks it to Young. McGee a screen. 5 on the clock. McGee sets the pick for Young. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Young's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here is Tolliver. 5 points in the game. Lure inside. McGee's there. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. Smith with a wide open look. Off the mark and a bad shot there. Warriors leading by 6. Young with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
Detroit's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Deep 2 from Tolliver. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation, the coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Now here's Iguodala. He has 5. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Here is Tolliver. Here's Ennis. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. They get Andre Iguodala. Pistons have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. The first free throw is good.
And the Warriors bringing back the band coming into this season. Durant took $9 million less than the max. That enabled them to bring back every big-time contributor from their 2017 championship roster.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Tolliver. And it's Kennard in for Langston Galloway. He's off on the second.
And the Warriors not just re-signing their own free agents. They went out and got some other guys. Omri Caspi and Swaggy P. Hard to believe, but they might be even better than last year.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Lure. And so he hits both.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Warriors have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
That one is off. So he comes up empty, missing both. Here's Kennard over Young, and no good trying to get that one. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Right now is when we go, good shot, great shot, right? Right now is when we talk on every screen down here and switch and ice and all the stuff we do on point.
And that's Steve Kerr. This is what his teams do. They take away a lot of easy shots, easy baskets.
Yeah, you heard him. Ice the screens, communicate, give me everything you've got defensively.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Lure and Drummond together down low. Kennard is out there with Smith, and it's Ennis in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now, here is Smith. Smith sets the pick for Drummond. Pass to Kennard. Pass to Smith. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Iguodala. Poked away. Here's Drummond. And that one hits back iron. Warriors leading by 10. From about 19 feet. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, pretty obvious over the back call there. But being out of position, that was really the only option.
He went for it. I'll give him that. Showing some fight on the boards, even if it's not the smartest play in the world.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And then for Golden State. Green, he's checked in for West. Thompson comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Outside for Jackson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Jackson's got 19 points.
Oh, man, you really like seeing Jackson get going from the perimeter. His 3-point shot has come a long way.
Curry dishes to Young. McGee a screen. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Ennis, drilled from 11 feet out. Ennis has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pistons. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
You've got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. 23 points for Steph Curry.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Lure the screen. Back to Jackson. Here's Ennis. The shot, no good. The Warriors go the other way with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. Drummond, a screen. Back to Jackson. Over in the corner. Lure. Knocked away. But he recovers it. Second shot opportunity. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Here's Kennard. McGee with the block. Here's Green. That's tipped. Here's Kennard. Outside Jackson. Pistons passing it around. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jackson. And now here comes Young leading the break. Rebound by Ennis. Pistons trail by 10. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Well, you have to do better than that if you want to keep Drummond from getting to the bucket. He is just relentless whenever he gets the ball in the favorable spot.
Well, Drummond is a player who is always bound to put on a show on any given night. C-Web, he can do it with his gaudy numbers and rebounding totals, or he can finish with a slam. He's very aggressive in attacking the rim inside. But no matter which way, he is a crowd favorite, to say the least.
Fewer and fewer big men are taking pride, or pride themselves in working down low for points. And Drummond does it. He's a throwback, to the 90s, to the 80s. And one reason why it's easy to cheer for him is because he actually likes to play inside. The thought of what Andre Drummond could be down the road, I mean, really is just scary. I mean, he could dominate. If he just gets a handful of go-to moves on the post, you can't stop him. He's an offensive bully on the glass. Potential is there.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
He way beyond the arc on that play. It's the kind of shot he can make, but not necessarily the one you want.
Now Durant, after the missed 3 from Reggie Jackson, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. And with Drummond, as you said, Chris, he is still full of room to develop. You forget just how young he is, as he's been in the league for so long already.
He just needs to keep improving every year. And also, he's not in an offensive system. Their system, the coaching staff, the Pistons are not known as an offensive type team. So he's going to have to get better in the summers and find his way along as time goes on. But he has an athletic skill set that you just don't see in this league anymore.
Pistons trail by 7. Here's Kennard. Johnson outside. In the corner, it's Griffin. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
Well, just look around this new facility for the Pistons. I mean, I love it. I grew up just minutes away from here. It's great that they are able to play in a brand new Little Caesars Arena.
One shot.
On defense, the Warriors. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Jackson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And as you said, this new arena is incredible in downtown Detroit. The Pistons did a very good job, though, of saying goodbye to the Palace in Auburn Hills last season.
Well, the Palace had its run, and it will always be special to me. My favorite moment there was actually winning 2 state championships in high school there, and also playing there on different teams and against the Pistons, and then finally being able to play there as a Piston. So many great moments for me at the Palace.
That free throw, no good. He doesn't get the second one.
Whoa, an unfruitful trip to the line. He's typically consistent from there.
Thompson, that's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Man, you can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Outside Jackson. And Drummond kicks to Jackson. Hits the three-point bomb. Jackson's got 11 points here in just the second half.
He is taking smart shots out there and knocking them down. Outstanding work from the three-point line so far.
And stolen by Drummond.
He was playing flawless basketball up until that turnover.
Stolen by Thompson. Now the Warriors moving it up. Green against Griffin. The screen from Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Curry wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Curry's got 26.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Griffin sets the screen for Jackson. Kennard the pass to Jackson. Another 3 for Detroit.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Curry dishes to Durant. Here's Pachulia. Rebound by the Pistons. Jackson with it. There's the pass to Kennard. He dishes it to Griffin. Curry against Jackson. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. And that one, good. Now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
And Drummond is so ridiculously strong inside, just simply overpowering the D in the post.
Here's Thompson. Here's Pachulia. Good D by Drummond.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Drummond the screen. Johnson in the corner. Outside Jackson. Over Curry. That one a little long.
Just superb defense there. You could tell they definitely affected the release of that shot.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Here's Kennard. He feeds it to Jackson. Drummond the screen. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Jackson.
Oh, he has been dominant on offense. Who knows where they'd be in this game without his efforts?
Now Curry. From deep three-point range, it's Drummond with the rebound. Jackson against Curry. Jackson kicks to Johnson. Up and in on the layup.
And at 6'7", Johnson has the height to bang down low. He's terrific at getting quality shots in the post.
Green the screen. Durant the pass to Thompson. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Green. Jackson in the corner. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 3 assists now in this one. The Warriors have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Durant dishes to Thompson. Goes up the baseline. Rebound by the Pistons. Griffin's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make. Durant
against Johnson. Here's Kennard.
And after that good first half, things not going his way here in the second.
Here's Curry. Johnson with the block.
And the exceptional athleticism of Johnson. Love how he gets up for these rejections.
And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Curry. Curry's got his 5th assist in this one.
Well, Durant wanted the ball in that situation, and he got it. Great killer instinct shown from him, and he gives his team a huge score.
And he gets it to go. Jackson's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
Oh, don't you love the shot by Jackson? He just takes smart shots in these points of the game.
Picked by Pachulia. And Thompson kicks to Curry. But they'll get another chance. And here's Thompson. Picked by Pachulia. It's Curry outside. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Outside Jackson to take the lead. Here's Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
And so it's Golden State with it, following the bucket by the Pistons. Count the basket. 30 points for Steph Curry.
Big bucket. That's how you do it if you're Steph Curry.
Detroit's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the 4th quarter so far. Jackson kicks to Johnson. From deep. And it's Curry with the rebound. Curry's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Got that bucket in no time at all. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
And Kevin, when you really need a bucket, go to one of the premier scorers in this game, Klay Thompson, baby.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 2. 1:16 left to play in the final quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Stan Van Gundy as he talked with his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
We've got 1:08 left in the 4th quarter. Thompson outside. Green, the screen. Curry can't get it to go.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Here's Griffin. Yes!
And this atmosphere is bananas.
When guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They trail by 2. 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Curry with the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And Detroit the other way now. Outside Jackson. Johnson with a screen on Durant. Jackson against Durant. Jackson drives in. 5 to shoot.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
That's why you can't let yourself get in this deeper hole. Very little time now to climb out.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And the Warriors miss again. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, that's what I call cool under fire. You know, those should be the nails in the coffin.
Will it go? Knocks down the 3.
And in the moment of truth, Thompson putting the team on his back, trying to carry them across the finish line.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game. Now here's Curry. And so it's Detroit with the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.